Welcome to Stock Dogs Unleashed. Get ready for another episode where we dig deep into ranching life and the world of the working dog.
From the ups and downs of handling cattle to training the perfect stock dog, we're sharing it all.
We'll be telling some crazy stories, offering tips and tricks, and of course throwing in a little bit of humor along the way.
Whether you're working on the ranch or just love hearing about it, there's something here for everyone.
So sit back, grab your coffee, and let's get this episode rolling. Well, welcome back, guys. We're another sunny day in Utah. I'm back here with Chance again, and we're ready to do another episode. Keep these ones coming.
Yes, sir. Freaking got you conned into driving over here one more time anyways.
Yeah, no kidding. It's just been... You're coming to Nevada. I don't care.
Soon. Yeah, soon.
Yeah, you're coming to Nevada. Yeah, it's not a
No,
fun
we
drive.
actually got some really exciting podcasts to do over there. You got some cool guys
I
lined
got
up.
some cool guys that are like ranchy cowboy guys that are been around for a long time, and
Punchy is what you call it, right? From over there.
I think that's more of a Texas thing.
Really? You say it a lot.
Well,
You say it a lot. I know you love Texas.
I do
though.
love Texas. I do love Texas.
Is that why you say it so much?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fit
So
in
the
there.
Nevada guys don't say it that much?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I don't know.
All right.
But no, yeah, you need to come over. They got some good ones.
You
some
can name
guys.
them? Or?
I got Jerry Souza, Randy Everett. I'm going to try to get on. I want Lance Knudsen to come on. He's excellent. Horse trainer and dog trainer.
Yep. Lance is a cool guy.
Yep.
I don't know the other ones.
Yeah, they're just out using dogs. Not so much Randy, but I know Jerry uses his dogs quite a bit, and I'm excited to see. He has hounds, and he likes to hunt with them, and plus border collies and stuff like that. And actually, funny enough story, he got some border collies. Him and Eric Woman are pretty good friends. And Eric
Oh, is that the one that's friend with Eric?
Yeah, when they cowboy down there, so we get some gossip on Eric, and then we'll
heck
get hopefully he can come on and rebuttal to these Nevada guys.
Yep.
But yeah, no, so I'm excited about that when you finally do make the 6-hour freaking drive down.
Yeah.
Or up or sideways, whichever direction I travel now, I'm not sure. But yeah.
I'll get there. Mm-hmm. It was your turn. It's not like I'm abusing you.
It
was your turn.
I feel abused.
Yeah.
I feel abused. But in some serious news, though, the dog world has lost a true legend recently in Mike Bartlett. He's a great friend of mine and Chance's, and
Yep.
very well respected guy that would give your shirt off your back if you needed it to help. And I'll miss him a lot. I know the dog people will too.
Yep.
And our thoughts and prayers go to the family, and we're thinking of you guys, and we'll keep you updated on everything going around all that. But yeah, no, that's a real sad loss.
Yep. We might
Mike.
not be the best at updating because we only put out a podcast every 2 weeks or something like that. But very sad. That sucks.
Yeah.
Freaking Mike was cool. He always putting on Roy Cox clinics and willing to help anybody that needed help, advice. He was very inviting
And
at the dog trials when you're first starting to get into them, and it's intimidating. And Mike was really, really good to be inviting, make you feel welcome, and he's a great guy.
Yep, it really, really was, and he'll be missed. So, and
Yep.
but yeah, so that was kind of the serious part of it, and yep, we'll miss him.
Yep.
I don't know what else to go from there. Actually.
Oh, really? You're gonna run out of shit to say?
Yeah,
You have a list.
that's a tough one to talk about.
Oh,
I don't
no,
like
that
that.
sucked.
I don't like that stuff. I'm not very good at it, so I don't.
No.
Well,
That sucks.
yeah.
Well, we got to working on your pup, like we said in the last
Yeah.
podcast. We did a little training on your competition pup.
Yeah, I selected the one that. We had a pretty-
Did you pick one? The two females were pretty. I mean, that one out of Brett Caper stuff was awesome.
Yeah, I did. I did catch some crap about not picking that one, but last night I had kind of made up my mind where that she was a little fast. She was faster, a little more wound up, and
A little cleaner biting, she was.
she was off the get go, and I kind of looked for that. And also the fact that I think she reminds me a lot of dogs that people do get in the similar state, that she's zippy and fast, and you'll see in the videos that we'll post.
A little bit of ground tapping to keep her out of the center of the ring.
that she's beating me, how quickly, and the other dog seemed a little more willing to ease, and she was a little slower. So it was I think she didn't bite the nose like I wanted as much, but still a nice dog. But I think for my training, where I wanted a dog I want to train, and
For one you're
For sure.
hoping to try and beat me with.
yeah, and to show people where I'm
they're
screwing
both-
her up.
They both look awesome to train.
Yes, yeah, they do. But I just went with this one because she's a little quicker, and I think when it comes down to it, if I just liked her where she bit straight off the bat naturally more than the other one. And then,
What about after you got a couple works into them? Still the same opinion?
yeah, well, then the one I picked, her name is Gilly. Gilly calmed down quite a bit and lost a lot of that as much power that what she originally looked like once she wore out a little bit and kind of calmed down, where the other dog continued biting and stayed in it a little longer. But
Yep.
I think that they're both going to come out really nice. But
Sticking with Gilly, huh?
I think I'm going to stick with Gilly.
I'm going to put my opinion out there. I think that's the wrong choice.
Yeah,
I think the other one's the ticket
it could be.
to beat me.
Yep.
But I could be wrong.
No, I think both could definitely be nice dogs to do it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
but I think with Gilly's personality and different things, she'll give me some different challenges that along the way than the other one will, and everyone will get to see it.
Yep. And what's Gossip's a Walt Rue from Brett Caber, and Gilly's from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Gilly's out of a male that I had that I've partnered with Roy actually with, and then a Walker Grace female of Rusty Gills, hence the
Okay.
name Gilly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yep. I could see that. That dog you have with Roy's a fantastic dog, and you're pretty partial to him.
yeah, I do. I am.
Does that have anything to do with the tipping of the scales?
Not really.
The
I
pure
think-
opinion of dog.
Pure opinion of dog, really. I think because if they go to the nose straight off the bat, that's her reaction regardless of what we get.
That is nice.
It is the thing that she's going to do, and she had a little heel bite in her, but the nose is what she's looking for. It worried me though. I'm convinced that I'm going to use her, but it did worry me today seeing her relax and calm down, and lose that excitement, and not be as willing to move stuff out of the sheep. She had trouble moving the sheep out
Yeah,
of the corner.
I was going to say, go ahead and get some
Yeah.
detail. What
Yeah.
was she doing
Well, the sheep cornered up.
after she settled down?
After she settled down, they went into in the corner, and she had trouble pulling them out at the start. She got better, I think, but it wasn't as intense and committed as I would have liked to see.
Gotcha.
And the other dog did get them out, and did bite the nose a couple of times when it was what was
When
there.
it was available, yeah.
And I think I think there's a difference between available biting wherever, and then the one that goes to it because that's where they want it.
100%.
And I prefer the ones that want to go to it
Yep.
versus just an opportunity biter.
Yep.
So
Yep, 100%. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I too got pretty nervous for you when that female was having a hard time getting the sheep out of the corner.
Yep.
But she definitely is cleaner biting and has a few traits that are better. I like the other one's drive better. The Gilly dog's prettier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
and
It doesn't matter. You're going to lose either way.
yeah, well, I don't think so. I could teach them to walk backwards, and I think I'll get them to win. But I think the reason is too. So we didn't, as everyone knows, we didn't do much with these pups that we are going to be doing this competition with before they were a year, and it is, I believe, and we taught me and you. I know you agree with this. By not stock testing them and keeping them engaged and keeping them addicted to working, this is a result that happens to a lot of dogs. I believe that
Yeah.
they didn't get their fair shake,
So as you start to introduce them with you in there,
and they haven't had many times to be addicted to just working. So,
I'm sure you want me to do this, or I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah.
yep. And I think with the next batch of that little pup, and we're trying to do more, and I know I am myself, it's going to be a whole different conversation we're having, because I think this pup will be more addicted by the time I get in there and we start doing
Definitely
things.
more socialized and all that.
Yeah, so I think these ones are behind the 8 ball from the get go. So
A bit of a reason why we're doing this competition is to improve our training skills, give us something to talk about, and
so you guys,
all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll try to be as Chance will lie through his teeth so that he can say how great his dog is, I'm sure. But I mean, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's just how it is for these ones, and we're gonna take you along with the ride. And
Hopefully we get something in there besides just bad and ugly. Hopefully there's a little good.
And I'm all for coaching. Someone says something, it might be a good idea that I want to hear. I don't know. So call in.
You're okay with being coached. Is that what you said?
Not from me.
It sounded like I'm good for coaching, like as in they can get a hold of you for coaching.
No. I'm not a coach. I want them to email us in.
The way you said it, I was like, you're good for coaching, huh?
Yeah, voice memo in and tell us what you would do. And there's so many different ways to do this that, I mean, there's people out there that will criticize the way you train your dogs, do whatever. But like we talked about last episode, you get to the point where they're good dogs, they're just good dogs.
Okay, I'm videoing. See, she's all sanctioned up and polite on a leash.
Yeah.
Doesn't ever jump on you. Untouched.
Gilly.
Wild. Lots of energy. Loves to bite cows on the face. Gilly's first work. What are you doing there?
I'm going to go through first. So I'm going to make sure that she can wait from now on forever.
From now on forever. Training number 1. Don't beat me through the gate.
Be invited in. Gilly. You don't feed the sheep.
No, not yet. Little bit of ground tapping to keep her out of the center of the ring.
The sheep can't help me a big knife.
Now that sheep will stay there.
Look back.
Yep.
Look back.
Yep.
This one's not one to kill. That one is. Hey.
There you go. Hell yeah. Okay, she got a drink. Her first work's over with. Here she is on the leash. Obviously, she's used up a lot of energy, but also, this is what we're looking for. Or at least getting closer to it.
Gilly. Good girl. Gilly. Sit.
Nice. Look at her walking.
Well, and somewhere in here, I'm going to clip in a video, just a few examples of the works that we had on your dog, and a little bit of the differences that she had, and
Yeah, that's exactly. And I think it's good. And
somebody wants a voice memo in and say, man, if you guys would just pull your head out of your ass right there, the dog would have done great. We'd love to hear it.
yeah, and we should get one of them from someone pretty quick that says, hey, if you guys should have taken care of them from babies and from when they're little, and you wouldn't have these problems. And they're right.
Yeah.
They're correct.
Yep.
So
I'm hoping off that last episode that you get one from Roy. He is going to tear you up.
yeah, no way. Yeah, he probably will.
I love it.
But yeah,
I wish I could be the fly on the wall.
Yeah. Well, I've seen that your pups and your group, and you've never really sent it down. So why don't everyone knows I've got Gilly? What are you choosing to run
Oh man, I wasn't ready for that. I'm
Yeah.
not ready to make that decision yet.
with? Today's the day, and it's time.
I'll go with Quinn.
Quinn. Now that's the little dog I talked about yesterday, when we had the
Last podcast.
last podcast, that had their ears out like an airplane. Funny little bugger.
Yeah.
So I liked her. You don't deserve her, but I like her.
She's a brick Ivy. Ivy is Trip Reba.
Okay.
3 of the best dogs in the world.
Yep. Yep. Well,
So-
what are you traits, things that she done that you chose her for?
Oh, things I don't like about her. When she's wound up, she's trashy, bites a wiener, bites a rib cage.
Trash, like unclean biter. is
Yeah,
it? Yep.
trashy biter.
Right.
Yep. She bites anywhere and everywhere. But I was happy after a couple of works. She was whacking the nose and looking for it. Not like her sister. The reason I chose her over her sister has a little bit more sensitive of personality, but she's cleaner, more stylish, and still strong. I'm going to train them side by side.
Why'd you take the less sensitive one over the sensitive one for the competition?
Just that's something that obviously makes you nervous. When you got a sensitive dog, you slip and get too much pressure on them, you're going to go backwards a long ways. And I don't want to lose.
Okay. Fair enough. Some things are just out of your control, Chance.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know what to.
not. Yeah. So Yoda is what her ears look like.
Yes, right. Yep.
Yoda. They
Yeah.
freaking go out and come to a point and they go out straight sideways. It's kind of, she's a floppy-eared dog, been a floppy-eared dog her whole life, but after like 3 works and her intensity's kind of, she's never stopped and stared at sheep until I made her stop and stare. And when she does, man, she tries everything she can to pick them ears up and they just go straight out sideways like old Yoda.
Yep. Yeah.
Star Wars.
It is cool. Yep. No, she's got me worried anyway.
Yeah, she's
Got me worried.
got a great personality, not afraid of the world, not avoiding, all in, but sensitive. All you got to do is lift your hand and she'll give ground and then drop it and she comes on back in. I'm excited. She's going to be a bad Pamajama. I've stock tested all 3 of those females on calves already, and they are gamers. They want both ends of the cow.
Well, yeah. And I guess we didn't talk about that, but we did put mine on some calves.
Yep.
So that one on
Gilly on cows yesterday, and
she did well.
I could put little clips into that if you want.
Good girl. Come here. That's good. Good dog.
She freaking dang sure won. Like Travis had her on a leash protecting her so she doesn't get hurt. She wanted it. She wanted it right now.
Yep. So
She wanted nose, foreheads on the pole, heels, front foot bite. She wanted it all.
But you had to be pretty excited from what we found out today to be doing that.
Well, yeah, we don't know. Like after you worked her twice, then you got her calmed down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she didn't want to pull them sheep out of the corner. I don't know.
We'll see. And that's talking about that training stock wise. These are fresher sheep that you have,
Yeah.
and I think that there's value to fresh sheep for sure. I think that's great, but I think a big value is sheep that understand. Come close to you. Come and get next to you. It makes your job easier as a dog training a pup.
Yep.
To have sheep, and we did a little different on that today, and not differing really. We just the same goal,
Those
but
are really different.
different way to get to it is.
Yeah.
At home, my sheep, I have some ones that I use for training the young dogs, and they'll stick right with me in the middle of the pen, and I can make my dog circle, change its direction, relax it, and influence its speed and excitement, and I like that. But with these sheep today, they were not used to that.
Yeah,
And-
they want to avoid you almost as much as the dog. They're coming around, but
Yeah, and you come up with a good idea to negotiate that to keep your sheep safe and do your training on your dog, because so it's not just an all-out battle royale. Can you tell us about that?
yeah. Well, the sheep get bouncing off the fence, and that creates excitement, and then the dog's after them, and you're trying to get them to calm down, and which can come, you can do 100 different ways. Whip a flag at them, boo them with the rake, stomp at them, all kinds of things. But my theory was they have the candy hanging in front of them, and they're focused on the candy in front of them. And you're a distraction, a slight distraction. And you up that slight distraction more and more and more and more until they're like, whoa, you know.
Trying to get them. So you're saying
You're trying to calm them down. You're trying to break their train of thought.
Yes.
But their candy's hanging in front of them all the time. You're whacking them over the head with a rake or a flag, or you're stepping in front of them and changing their directions, and you're not there, and then boom, you're there. You're all there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And what I was doing, because the sheep are so wild anyways, it's hard to get them to calm down, the dog, when the sheep are wild, was I would back into the corner, and when the sheep came to me, I boo the dog back. I put the rake in front of the dog and shut them down. Don't come in here. And they'd literally run into the wall, and they'd try to get around you, but pretty quick you get them to settle. The sheep settle, the dog settles, everybody calms down for a second. I step out of the way, give them their sheep again. And then I back into a corner, and really quickly it teaches, that's the best way to teach your sheep to calm down, and you're the safe spot.
Yep.
That's how to get them off the outer walls of the pen and get them to start coming closer to you, because your sheep need to learn that you're the safe spot.
Yep.
No matter how you're doing it.
And that's why I was kind of angling for people that get a dog, and these dogs are more forward moving, wanting to come in and get a hold of the sheep.
They're
versus-
killers.
They're
They're
not
killers.
They're not herding. Not herding. I guess they're herding as much as what they should.
They've got herd in them, but
It's not
they're
expressing
killers.
itself. Yeah.
That's all there is to it. I mean,
Yep.
it's no sugarcoating it. If I walked out, all three of my females, if you left just by themselves in the pen with 3 sheep and come back from lunch, there'd be 3 dead sheep, and they wouldn't chase them to death.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
No.
That's the truth of it. That's what cow dogs are later on. You control that.
Yep.
But
For the guy at home has this type of dog, and he goes and buys 3 sheep. Everyone knows it. It sure is frustrating when the sheep are bouncing off the pound. You don't like seeing them
yeah,
getting and stressed, and the stockmen, don't like that. So
I really like to back into the corner.
help everything.
Don't let the dog in there. The sheep will run around, and then eventually they'll run behind you, and you don't let the dog come in. They really quickly learn that's a safe place to be. Then you move to another corner and protect the sheep. And pretty quick, wherever you move, them sheep will come with you.
Yep.
And then you got sheep really quickly that you can introduce any puppy to. As long as you don't let the puppy in your zone, the puppy can go out around, and the sheep will hang close because they know.
Which I think is a big thing, because you see on the internet all the time, I'm looking for dog broke sheep. I'm looking for dog broke sheep, and
Yep.
it does make it a world of difference of training dogs. And if you don't have a trained dog to train your sheep, that's a great way, I think, to can do a good work and get your sheep to start to learn what you're.
Yeah, that's the most important way to get your sheep to start reacting the way you want them to.
Exactly.
Is protect them.
Yep.
The more you can protect them from the dog, the more they trust you and want to come to you.
Right. And we talk about that in episodes in the past, protecting the livestock more than your dog. So it's not, we're not saying don't just protect your sheep all the time, I guess. You know how we're talking about my problem? I was doing it. I was caring about the livestock too much, not letting the dog make mistakes, and not. The sheep are going to get bit, I guess I'm trying to say. But you got to teach your sheep how to.
I hope
avoid
everybody
it.
out there is enjoying this as much as me. He's a storytelling phenom.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say anyway.
What are you trying to say?
Train your sheep, but they're going to get bit.
Yep.
So don't protect for their whole life, but make them understand that you are help the safety spot, and it makes dog training easier.
Yep. You want your dog, you never want to punish your dog for biting.
No.
And that's a trap a lot of people fall into, is because it's hard and it's hard on your training stock. They want to protect the training stock at all cost. You never get mad at your dog for biting, or else you're not going to have as much bite as you want later on. And cows, I don't care what people want to say, cows take biting. You got a 30-pound dog, has to earn the respect of a 1,500-pound animal, and cows are stubborn. Everybody knows it.
Mhm.
So it takes a bite.
So are you.
Yeah. So Yeah, I mean, I try not to get after my dog for biting, but you do have to protect the sheep to a certain extent if you want them to stay by you, and so you can do some good training.
Yep. Yep.
And then you turn around and you get a bunch of good training in on them, and then later on you want fresher sheep so that you can heighten your dog's level
Yes.
of ability, because after so long, your dog broke sheep are protecting your dog because they always cheat. They always run right to you, and the dog has to have no effort to actually control them.
Yep.
So later on, you're going to get flightier sheep, so the dog actually has to do his job in order to keep them next to you.
Yep.
So there's a lot to it. I was talking to Paul Anderson the other day about that. Yeah, and he was saying it was one of the most important training tools he ever picked up on was get fresh stock. Now, you should always have like 2 or 3 good ones that are
Trained for young
broke
dogs. Yep.
for the young ones.
Yep.
But for your top level dogs and your competition dogs and things like that, you got to get fresh livestock, or else your livestock are just lying to your dog.
Yep. 100%.
He thinks he's a pro and he's a pud.
Yep. And I think that happens a lot. But
Yeah.
But and people say, well, I'm not being a sheep farmer. You know, I don't want a pile of sheep.
Yep.
We'll get 3 to get them trained up, like what Chance was saying about in the corner. Get them kind of starting to follow you around. Get your dog to that level. Sell them 3 and get 3 new ones, and move right along. But
There's a certain amount of cost, and it all depends. What do you want to? How good a dog do you want? How much do you want to invest into that dog?
yep.
And I really early on I figured out go buy rams, because they kind of take the abuse of working every day, and they still put on weight. And I like to buy young rams, and then by the time they're old enough that I want new ones and they're getting too big and they're banging into me, I sell them and I can still profit off of them because they gained weight well enough.
Yep.
And then I go get new young rams that are fresh again.
Yeah. Yep. And I actually had a sheep horror story wreck. I think I might have told you. I don't know if I told anyone this, but the hardest I've ever been put to the ground was by an old ewe, and it was because of you that it happened. There's a lot of ewes in there.
Yep.
But no, I was pulling a video up to show Chance, and these ewes were coming in full speed, and I was watching the dog, and the sheep were scared of this dog, and very reactive. The dog wasn't doing a lot of great stuff, so that's why they was doing the video. But she was coming in, bringing the sheep in pretty quick, and I had the video of it, just starting to pull it up, and the old ewe hit me in the front on my knees and shin, so it leg locked me and front flipped me and made me land on my head. And then the dog proceeded to bring all the other 20 or 30 sheep over the top of me, balancing them all.
That's so awesome.
It was so bad.
I wish I'd have been there.
It folded me
It
up.
was fun to be on the phone, but
Yeah, it folded me up like laundry.
yeah. Was we on the phone when it happened, or was you trying to take a video?
I was trying to take the video. And then I told you no more videos for you.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right. That would have been so fun to watch.
so-
My brother was working dogs the other day, and I told him, "Watch out for them bigger ones. They'll get you."
Yeah.
And it wasn't 2 minutes, man. I on purpose beelined it head first right into his hip and knocked him to the ground so hard. And I'm like, "Are you dead?"
Tip for people: go with younger, littler sheep.
Yep.
Get them broke.
They'll get you.
And they are nasty little
They'll
buggers.
get you. So it's always when you got a pup, because it's more out of control with a pup than it is an older dog.
Oh.
It's always the young pups. It gets wild for a minute, and there's going to be 3, 4, 5 works that it's kind of wild.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I'll show you with the video, or maybe I've already showed you. I don't know. Depends on where I clip it in.
Mm-hmm.
But Travis's video of his first work on his ghillie dog, she was sporadic, and right off the bat was bouncing sheep off the walls.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the work, she's nice, flowing, calm in one work.
Yeah.
So
And I'm for that, like people seeing that sort of thing. But I believe that you've got to see improvement. I'm not for going to put a dog in there and just let it hang on, abuse animals, and just drag around. That's not productive doing that. And I think some people do that. So I think you've got to be moving forward. You can't abuse the sheep.
Yeah.
They're a tool, and you got to treat them with a bit of respect too. I still think you've got to have some stewardness in this as well.
100%. The training stock are a little bit sacrificial for all the other stock, your dog's going to work the rest of his life.
Yep.
There's some punishment that some hard times that they got to go through a little bit, but it's not ridiculous.
No,
You know what I
and-
mean?
and you
still
do
want-
mitigate it,
you-
yeah.
Yeah, you still got to take care of them. You freaking
Yeah.
penicillin, bandages, whatever accidents happen, you take care of the animal and you make sure they're in good health. You put them up, get fresh ones that are in better health. If one gets hurt,
100%,
you take them
yeah.
out of the list and but things happen. But,
Yep.
but yeah, you do your dangest to take care of them.
Yep. No, that is the. So yeah. So I'm just.
Why don't you do this when you run out of things to say? I think that should be the signal. That should be the code.
I think I'll just leave silence. But
A bit of hilarious thing that happened a minute ago. We were sitting here making our list of topics to talk about, and we just happened to have our headphones on. And my little wife walked in the kitchen because we're getting ready to podcast in my kitchen, and you'd have thought me and Travis was making out with a look on her face because she thought she walked in the middle of a podcast.
and it was which is. I appreciate her thinking with that professional.
Oh, yeah. She's like, oh no, I ruined their amazingly popular podcast.
She would have made it better and added some genuine value to the show. So, yeah, shout out to
hilarious.
Lacey.
Yep.
Um,
For ruining our podcast.
Oh, we're doing a pretty good job at that anyway.
Yeah. That's
And
hilarious.
talking about that and doing a bad job at podcasting.
Wow. Sorry.
Are you good, Chance?
Yeah.
Talking about ruining podcasts.
This is the
I
first
guess?
time I haven't used my actual cell phone to make a podcast because I found my dummy phone. And what do you know? I didn't turn my ringer off.
Now there's just a dummy looking at the
How's
dummy
yours?
phone.
Is your ringer off?
Mine? I don't get phone calls, not that popular.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, but talking about ruining podcasts, I went through some voice memos and I had skipped one. I've screwed up.
You skipped a podcast?
And I skipped a voice recording. That's a good one. It's from John Francis. We mentioned him in the last one. He actually won a shirt from Elliot Roberts.
You also missed an email.
Which one?
The one.
Are you talking about the same thing, just trying to double down on me on this?
No. Is it John Franson that said you could have a dog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Judas Priest. I did it again. Same thing last time with John
I know.
Franson.
It's this.
Well, you're confusing because you miss them and then you get them and then you miss them and you're just
somehow
you're the worst Jamie there ever was.
So somehow, because I was right, you're still defending that I'm somehow
I'm sorry.
wrong.
Go ahead. I was wrong. I was wrong.
So anyway, like I was saying, so I'm sorry, John, and we did miss it, and it is good, and we do appreciate you calling in, and I want to play it now. And this is one of the ones I think I'm going to put forward to Roy, and so people will hear this one again, but probably clip down into a question.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'll play it. And
Hey Travis, hey Chance, John Francis here. I left a voice recording a while back. Still listening to your podcast. Great stuff, man. I learned so much from it and keeps me involved in the stock dog world, even though I'm seemingly so far away from all the ongoings. The Roy Cox podcasts were great, so informative, and answered so many questions of mine. Just wanted to know how to teach a dog to manage its emotions. You know, is that a gradual process on animals that aren't going to hurt them, you know, like yearling steers or what have you? My good dog Roxy
Should
just
pause it real quick. So his question was, how do you get these high-strung dogs to handle their emotions themselves?
yeah,
This is an awesome question because you brought George to my house, and what's George's major problem?
he just has a hard time keeping himself under control and distracting himself with the pressure that he'll avoid the
Distracts
pressure.
himself from it.
Yeah, from the pressure. Yeah.
He doesn't his self-control, and it's minimal. It's not like he's just attacking livestock. It comes out in all kinds of forms, right?
Yeah.
And George was, I'm either on my livestock or I'm gonna I'm just going to move. I'm moving. I'm twitching. I'm looking out. I'm looking in. I look out. I look in. I look at Travis. I look out. I look in. And he's just like meandering back and forth. And it's like,
It gives
hey,
a strong vibe of just being a big puppy, which
Right,
is
100%.
it's just a big puppy that hasn't graduated school yet. Like he's
Right.
just, but yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
He's just it seems like that's what a feeling I get. That's
Right.
why I can explain it.
Yep. Yep. And the biggest thing without getting dogs to control their emotions is to practice it. And one thing that was going on because he's Travis, this is, I can say this about Travis' dog because he's working on it right now and I seen it in person. I don't know John's dog, but it applies through all, whatever they're doing that's not controlling their emotions. Like with George, it was stop doing that. Focus. Whenever he wasn't focused, like, hey, get his attention. I have a little buggy whip and I just slapped the ground. He's like, whoa. And snap him back to attention.
Yep.
And he was like, oh, this is kind of hard to stare at sheep and not attack or not flank. I either need to attack, flank, or look at butterflies or wool on the ground.
Yep.
Right? And it was just like, snap to attention, pay attention. You don't do it so you can't. He's not good at it because he's never practiced it. But you get his attention. He's zoned in to the livestock and he's under control. He's like, I'm focused and I'm under control. You try to hold that as long as you can. They can only hold it so long. Let them flank around. When they stop, focused. You know what I mean? Or like Reba, I used to walk her up and she could only get so close before she blew up. So she couldn't handle her emotions in close. And it's like, at first it was 15 feet and she'd come flying from 15 feet back. Well, by the time I sold her, it was 15 inches, you know, and that was terrible compared to Trip. Trip could put his nose on their nose, you know. But every dog has their ability to control their emotions, and some of them it's better and worse, you know. But let's practice it.
Right.
Make the dog. Give him the opportunity. Get out of his way. There's your sheep. You can have them. If you make that wrong choice, I'm going to let you know. But you got to get out of their way and let them decide whether they're going to make the right choice or wrong choice. The tricky part to that is you got to be in the position to be able to help them.
Yep.
You can't be 50 feet out. You got to be in position to help them, but yet step out of the way and let them make the right or wrong choice. And then let them know whether they made the right or wrong choice. You have to give the dog a choice. You can't step in front of them and be like, all right, hey, you know,
Yeah.
sit there, stay, you know, and the moment you move out of the way, they do what they want. That's you protecting them. You got to go ahead, bud, you know.
And we're doing this on sheep to mitigate danger for the dog.
Yep.
Not on cattle.
And I might be wrong, but I train all my dogs on sheep.
Yep.
I do training on cattle, but it's not even training calves, not until that dog's had enough training that I can mitigate risk,
Yep. No, and I think that's a smart idea.
especially when you're training alligators,
Yep.
you know.
But no, I think that there is, and we were doing it in a small pen, so that the pressure's there more of that. And I know there's
Yeah,
critics against it.
the smaller the pen, the closer the livestock, the more temptation they have to
It's harder for them,
lose
exactly.
control of their emotions.
Right. Yep. And exactly. And I know that there's some people that like doing it at a distance and getting them closer over time, and that's great. This is the way I like. Again, so but it's a lot more pressure on the dog, but he knows his directions. He knows not a great stop, but he knows kind of what it is, and he's addicted to his livestock, and us influencing him isn't hurting his feelings and making him want to shut down. He still wants to work, so that's why I think why he can handle that up close and personal
Well,
contact from us.
At some point, like you're booing them out when they learn to control their emotions. But I don't care what dog it is. If they have drive at all, the closer you come back into your livestock, the harder they have time controlling their emotions.
100%.
They learn the distance is, okay, I can handle it out here, but when I get this close, I got to bite him.
Yeah.
And eventually you have to let the dog get in closer and closer and closer so that he learns that he can work his livestock up close.
Right.
Well, the best way to do that is in a small pen because it forces the dog up close to the livestock, but it also gives you the ability to react in a
100%.
timely manner, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
So there's, I think maybe, I know, there's the small pens. How do I put this? They were hard for me to learn to like. I hated them. I wanted to get out of the small pens as soon as possible and watch Brick do big, cool things.
Mm-hmm.
But once you learn the value of them and you're like, all right, now you're looking cool out there. Let's go back in the small pen and work on our self-control.
Right.
I mean, you kind of develop it in the very beginning to start them, and then you go bigger, 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 and then you really need to go back to the small pen and work on self-control.
Yeah. And I am a big believer in going, like you said, in the small pen at the start, and then they're doing good. We've got to progress. We've got to give some reward and show them what's going on in the bigger world.
Yep.
But then, okay, we're coming back to work on something different and progressing. I think people can get stuck on training one thing too much, and it numbs it to the dog, numbs it to you, makes that you don't like the small pens. But progression is key. And then, but coming back, I think, is to a different setting and when they know more and you can train them more. You can't ask the dog to walk up in that little pen and ask him to bear down if he doesn't really know what that means yet. It's like it's unfair.
Right,
You're constantly over pressuring him, so you've got to teach him other things before you can do that sort of stuff.
And then, so I don't know where John Franson is on his dog that he's having trouble with self-control and going in wild. Is it he's done a bunch of training and then when he gets on the job, the dog has to come in close? Or is he going out and working cows with the dog not quite trained enough? Either way, dog needs to go back to a smaller pen and work on his self-control. Either way, doesn't matter if it's in the beginning or the end. They need both. They've got to have that small pen work to control. Look, that's the only place you can work on self-control.
Yep. And like Roy does say, is they're not broke until they have bite control and can be in that close. They're not. You can do all the stuff you like, but until you can work them, you're 15 and 10 inches off them, they're not finished.
Yep.
At that stage.
And it's very dangerous to go out and work cattle with an unbroke dog.
I know. We talked about this last episode.
I wasn't going to bring it up again.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did.
Yeah, it happens. People do it. And
if you
and
go
I'm
out
guilty
too
of
soon
it.
with a dog that doesn't, so you can't mitigate. I mean, it's dangerous anyways. It's very dangerous. We all know how dangerous it is to take a dog to cattle even when they're broke.
Mm-hmm.
So so in my eyes, it's quite irresponsible to do it if they're not trained. And Travis just happens to be the most irresponsible person I know.
It happens. It's good if you can have the setting for it. I don't have any. I have less excuses. Other people have more excuses. Like they don't have the setting, they don't have the time,
or the older
going.
dogs. It's
100%.
really hard when you're first getting into dogs because you don't have that older dog to use.
Yes,
and it's really hard not to use your young dog that's not ready. But if you got older dogs to use, don't use that young dog until he's trained. It helps him. It's going to mitigate danger. That's all there is to it. And I don't know what John's doing. I don't know if his dog needs to just go back for some more tightening up and self-control, so he learns a little more self-control, or if he's not quite getting. And so here's the thing: you don't know what you don't know. But I can promise you this: the more buttons you put on a dog, the more you can't live without it.
Oh, 100%.
You love it.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll never regret it.
No.
Go back, do some time in the smaller pens, tighten that dog up, get his emotions under control, and it'll pay you dividends.
Yeah. And it is. So I want to kick this one to Roy as well. He'll have a great answer, but it's good to have different views on it.
Yep.
And I think that they're all good. But
me and Travis are definitely not the pros, but it's our podcast, so we get to voice our opinions.
you have to stop. So anyway, can I continue playing now?
Please.
Probably.
Dislocated her elbow by hanging on a steer's face, and a steer came down and dislocated it. And so she's out for a minute, but I want her to quit doing it, and I would love to learn how. Anyhow, on the latest podcast, Travis, sorry to hear about your dog breaking its back.
Thanks for that.
And they said you're looking for another dog, and I know I'm nobody or whatever, but I got some pretty good dogs, I think. They got some king bloodlines in them, and I've got a female. that is a year old. I haven't started her, but just a lot of leash training. She rides on the floorboard of the truck and has a good down on her, and is going to be a really high drive female like the other 2 dogs that I have that are also of King bloodlines. But you know, I'd be interested in giving her to somebody or trading her for another invite to a dog clinic. I
think he's talking
I
to
sure
me.
missed out on that Roy Cox one you guys invited me to. Just couldn't do it at the time. But anyhow, I just want to say thanks for all you guys are doing. It's really enjoyable. So talk to you soon.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Your dog breaks her back, and he gives me a free dog to make you feel better. That, I mean, thank you, John. I accept, and that is an amazing. I just wish Jamie would have let me know about the email sooner.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Email team kind of dropped the ball on John. That is an amazing offer, and I'll get in contact with you for sure.
cool. Good guy.
Yeah, really, really good. And I would love for you to train him because it sounds like a heck of a dog for me. And I have them. I have some dogs, but don't sound that good actually. To be honest with you, not
Are
as
you
good as that
turning
one.
his dog down?
No, as I said, I'm contacting him.
Oh,
Yeah, but if I don't want to take people's kindness, you shouldn't take
you're so
advantage
stuttering.
of it.
You're stuttering so bad. What are you saying?
Don't take advantage of people's kindness, I guess. That was a very kind gesture.
Yeah.
So
You also don't spit in their mouth when they freaking offer you a good deed too.
yeah, we're going to talk payment. We'll talk a little deal here. I'll call you.
Oh, he's offering to pay you, John.
Yeah, I'll call
You're
up.
welcome.
It sounds like
I got it out of him. I got it out of him.
But no, and yes, no. Next Roy Cox clinic, we'll be out and about and bring it back to Mike Bartlett. He was a great guy to have for bringing Roy to Utah and getting down. It was a really.
You're gonna have to take his place
Yeah.
in the Roy Cox
I
industry.
don't think that no one's going to be able to take Mike's
Yeah,
place.
that's true. You know what I mean, though.
Yep, I know what
Freaking-
you mean. So
Somebody's gonna have to pick up Mike's slack and be the welcoming, awesome person that every
I think
dog
it would
trial
be-
there ever was.
pick up the torch where he left off.
Yeah, there you go.
More
Yeah,
majestic, I guess.
yeah. There you go.
So yeah, no, that's going to be. You'll be on the list, and
I want to get
look
him on
forward
here
to
for a
chatting.
podcast. If we can ever get him up this direction, or if we're ever down that way, we're going to get John on here. He sounds like a stud.
Yep, he really is, and he's improving his dogs. I know for sure because someone with that thirst for knowledge they're only going to go
Yep.
up.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
hats
it
off to you.
sounds Punchy, like you would say. He sounds real punchy.
Like us, if I was in Texas, that's what I'd be saying.
No, you say it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I want. God bless Texas.
All right.
That's one of my favorite states.
All right.
But yeah, so that was great. And
So
then,
we were working dogs today,
yes.
and you got a phone call from our good friend Brett Caber. And I swear I heard him say he was going to step on your neck.
Yeah, he was upset.
Why?
He was getting a little upset that I didn't choose because one of the dogs was bred out of his male and his female. Actually,
Well, we said that, but I was leading more up to the puppies that we weren't working yet.
oh yeah, the young puppies that we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
He
was kind of upset at us because what are they, 12 weeks now?
Yeah, he hadn't. You hadn't put yours on pairs yet.
Yeah, he's like, go ahead and take it to pairs. It'll be fine. He's good. He's ready. Get to training him.
Sarcastically,
And I was like,
sarcastically.
I don't know if he was.
he was.
He was.
Yeah.
He seemed a little pissed that we didn't have 10 works on him at least.
I think he had to go shoot some horses, so that was why that'll upset anyone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's already sweating and he hadn't even got there yet.
Yeah, I think he was just a little grumpy pants. He does get emotional sometimes, but yeah, no, he was upset. So he lives closer to me, all right.
You got
He's
it.
going to get me.
Don't tease Brett.
Yeah,
He'll come to your house.
yep, yeah.
He said he'd come to mine too. I think he would.
He was a little further away though.
Yeah, it's going to be a little more off-putting to him, but I think he'll do it. So I took his puppy to pairs. Push. It went well. He was right. The dog was ready.
Again, the disclaimer jokes don't take your tropical puppy to pairs. Up at this stage.
We did put him on sheep. Nice pup.
He's a nice pup, yeah.
Little alligator. He's no brick, but he'll be a nice dog. Again, back to that go to the nose thing. He didn't go to the nose at all. He's an opportunistic biter. He's a killer. You can tell it from that age. He's just like wants to get the one. He had the sheep by the belly. I pick him up, and I had to pull a little bit, make him let go. He all 4 feet off the ground. He still had a mouthful of sheep, and he's getting him some, which it's great to see at that age.
It is, and I think that I prefer a dog that wants to go to the nose.
Yes.
But these opportunistic biters, you teach them all the stuff and go through them. They're still great dogs, and they'll bite.
There's also a
whatever.
lot to once a dog calms down. A lot of times they clean up.
Yeah.
It's that high adrenaline rush that's just making them think irrational.
Yep.
I have lots of dogs that bite clean once they calm down a lot more.
I think it's a huge percentage of them.
And then there's the dogs that will bite a nose because the cow puts their nose in their face. Like once you learn or teach a dog to work correctly, they're always on the heel or the nose because they're round. You know what I mean? And so even a trashy biting dog doesn't have the opportunity to bite a gut if they're working correctly. And so it mitigates a lot of that too. You know what I mean? Once they're trained. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It is the best thing in the world when they naturally want to go to the nose. To me.
For
me, it's the best thing in the world if they want to go to the nose and they're dedicated to the nose and they're looking for it. But it's also not the worst thing in the world when they don't.
Well, you guess why?
Because they can still be very strong and useful.
Yeah,
and you teach them.
Why is it the best thing in the world?
When they go to the nose,
in your opinion, yeah.
When they go to the nose is because when that dog gets tired and ends up running on instinct instead of what you ask, when everything's falling apart and the dog is tired, you can still ask him go and he'll go do it correctly. Whereas a dog that's looking for a gut bite, naturally, as they get tired, he stops listening to what his training tells him and he starts just going off of instinct again. So they always revert back to instinct once they get exhausted.
Yep.
And so that's the best thing in the world is brick, dead tired, tongue hanging out, puking sometimes. And I'm like, oh no, oh wait. And he's like, yeah, I was already thinking that, man. The cow's leaving and I got to get to its face. Whereas other dogs I've had, once they get tired, you can't get them to get out around and go to the face. They're just like, I'll run and get him. And they don't do it right, and it makes the job worse because they're tired and they're going off their basic instinct.
Yeah. Well, and it's a good point.
Am I wrong? Am I right?
Right. I agree with you. I think that's a good way to look at it. I look at it also the same, but different things. I've never seen a cow run into the herd backwards. And then if a person gets a pup from me or someone with a line of dogs goes the nose, doesn't have time to train it, the dog's going to shut stuff down.
Yep.
And that's the biggest one for me, I think, is...
And that's all great and dandy, like you say, that's the biggest one for you. You know how many people I've seen just madder than hell say, I hate freaking border collies because they're always standing over there in the damn,
100%.
damn gate when I'm trying to push the cows.
Yep.
It's a different logic.
It is.
You know what I mean? How many people, if you had a border collie that bit only heels and didn't go to the nose, that there's 50% of the people out there that would prefer that.
Yeah, there's a huge bloodline, red healers, that do just that, and people love working them. There's a huge thing with that.
I read an article the other day on the internet. It was just a posting on social media, and the guy was talking about if it ain't this type of dog, you ought to kill it. You ought to cull it.
Gosh dang.
And here's my thing. I agreed with a lot of what he said because he likes the same dog I like, other than the fact that you should kill all the other dogs. And it's like, dude, this guy can't handle the same dog I can handle and doesn't want to. This guy over here likes a dog that'll be on the side of the cattle with him, hence why healers are popular. There's people that like that. They like a dog. They don't want that dog over there in the gate while they're standing over here. What are you doing over there? Me, I'm standing in the gate. and I want that dog on the other side bringing them to me,
Yep.
so I can count them through the gate. Preference, it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
And-
you don't need to kill every dog that doesn't fit your.
No, and that's as
It's ridiculous.
a dog handler or trainer, it's your job to bring the best out of what that dog can be, and that's your job.
Right.
He's only going to be as strong or as good as you can make him,
Right.
as he can do. His potential is where it is,
And there's pet dogs.
and there is.
There is pet dogs.
Yep.
But what I'm talking about is just because he doesn't go to the nose, like me and you are sitting here telling our preferences.
I'm still going to train him though.
Yeah, I'm still going to train that dog.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll guarantee I'll find somebody that wants him back.
And it's a nice dog.
and they will love him. They'll appreciate him the rest of his life. Love
yeah,
him.
this is just my personal. If I could have all the ones in the kennel
Yep.
do the same thing, but you're not going to get that.
Yep.
It's a goal you're shooting for, but it just doesn't happen.
Right. You guys hear me reference Brick all the time, and you're going in forever. But that's one thing I love about that dog is he is the best one I found so far. That can't wait to get a bite once he has everything controlled.
Yep.
He wants to shut down all movement. As soon as he shuts it down, God, I got to get a bite,
Yep.
which is the perfect amount of create movement for me and control.
Right.
Now, I've worked with dogs, Joe Frost, Fred dog, way more of a head dog. And I mean by extreme, because the dog didn't even have a heel bite. And he had a hard time asking him to walk up and create because the dog had so much control movement and wanted to go to the head so bad. I prefer Brick because I have both worlds. And that dog was better at shutting things down than Brick was, but Brick's damn good at shutting things down.
Yeah. I guess.
Like 99.9% of the time, he's going to win.
Yep.
But also, if I need him back here, he's going to walk. He's not even going to hesitate. He's going to walk in and bite and create movement, which head dogs have a hard time doing.
Well, I guess that my point was saying that post. I didn't like it just from what you just said, Ted, about the post about culling the dogs that aren't. I don't like that's wrong because yes, there is pet home dogs. I get them for sure, but because I don't like how the dogs work, and it's my job to bring it up to his best level. And if you're not getting along with the dog that you're training, it's not. And it's trying to do stuff, but it's not. You're not clicking with it. That's fine. That happens to everyone. You give it away. Give it to chance, or give it to. I'd give a dog to chance or someone because they'll have it and it'll click with them and they'll make a great dog out of it.
Yeah.
Just like Brett Kaber, he has a dog named Walt. I had Walt as a pup, and
Which is these puppies that we've been talking about. Bad.
yeah, and I didn't care for Walt, and we didn't click.
Yeah.
But he had a desire to work, and he was he bit hard, he had a lot of traits that were great. I didn't mesh with him as well, so Brett got him, turned him into an amazing well-rounded dog,
Very good dog.
and did a great job. He wouldn't have reached that potential with me because we weren't clicking. So I'm not saying because he didn't fit me, I'm not going to cull him. He
Right.
can fit him for someone else.
And not a sly to you, because at that point you were very early on learning to train dogs. But I'm really low on the pole for being a dog trainer. But that right there is, if you can't call yourself a dog trainer
100%.
if you can't work with more than one personality.
Yep. And you got to be willing
Look at
to
a
do
school
it.
teacher. She's got 30 kids in one class, and they all got to learn the same math problem.
Yep.
And she's got 30 personalities, 30 different levels of intelligence,
100%.
30 different backgrounds, maybe a couple different languages. Like, and you're going to call yourself a teacher because you only got one kid to pass the test in the whole class? No. You got to learn all that. You got to, and it's so hard. There's so much to it. It's insane.
And that's the thing too. Like at that stage, I wasn't wanting to train. I just wanted the dogs that I wanted,
Right,
Just for the
right.
work that I was doing,
Right.
And the more and more I got involved in it, the more and more I wanted to train dogs.
Right.
So, you got to grow up if you're going to do that, and you want to train
Right.
dogs, and you
That's what
got
I'm
to
saying.
train
That
everything.
was where you was at in your being a trainer at that point in time. You were really fresh into it.
Yeah.
And you were more looking for dogs to keep, not train and sell.
Yeah, and I think 90% of the people around there are just getting a dog for the work that
Right.
they're doing, and if it does, you can't just go through culling dogs and being like, didn't work for me.
Right.
I think if you got to have some you're the problem. Then you're the common denominator. at that
I'm not
point,
even
but-
on the spectrum that people shouldn't cull some dogs. There's every herd, every sheep, everything there is out there. There's some that I've seen dogs that are born with club feet. There's reasons to freaking cull. And when people use the word cull, it's not, oh, I'm going to go shoot this dog. You can rehome them. You can freaking, there's
give a dog a chance. Yeah, give it a
Yeah.
chance to do something.
a million ways to cull a dog.
Yes.
But, and culling's fine if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. Just don't. But no, there is ones that fit, but it just doesn't fit you. It might fit someone else.
Yeah.
But so
When I see somebody post a post that's talking about this is what we should be breeding for and this is what we should be looking for, and if you don't cull everything else, it's ridiculous. And even if they mean by cull giveaway to a free home, which he specifically posted, that's not what he wanted.
yeah, and that's wrong.
I think you need to learn how to train a dog.
Yeah, and I think there is so the craziest thing, and that's why there's such diversity in the dog world, I think, is, I don't know if I've said this before or whatever, but there's no catalog to it because it's all personal preference. You like
Right.
your dog, I like my
Right.
dog. Oh, I like your dog, you like mine, let's breed them together, we'll get them. The guy down the road might hate our dogs.
Yep.
And then when you go to the dog trial, they're all different traits.
I could promise you in 1,000 places in this world, Rick would have got shot.
Yeah.
Because he's out of control. He was a maniac.
Yeah.
And it took work, hard work, one-on-one work that I had to dedicate to that dog to get him on my side. And there's so many people that are like, I'm not in this to work the dog. I want the dog to help me, and if he's not for me, then he needs to get down the road.
Yep.
And I want to, I don't know what the word is, but I would hope that people would go, this ain't the dog for me, but I bet he's the dog for someone. Post
Right.
him on the old book face and freaking, I'll guarantee somebody out there's
And he'll have a great
Appreciate
deal.
that dog, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's that's a great avenue to get rid of them for sure. I forget what I was going to say about that.
really.
Yeah.
This is the third time this episode.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe I've got the dementia. No, well, I think there is and sticking with them, you can't just give up on them straight away. Obviously, give them a fair shake.
Oh,
at
yeah,
being,
yeah.
And getting
Yeah.
going. But if it doesn't match with you, match it with someone else.
I have a litter of puppies. I have 5. I'm lucky if I find one in that litter that is a dog for me. But you can bet your bottom dollar I'm training 4 of those dogs and for someone.
Yep.
And someone will be like, how much you want for that thing?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They're just, but yeah, like that's what I was going with, the diversity of the Border Collie route. That's what I was going with. There's no catalog for it. So you
No.
go to a cutting, everyone looks, it's cutting is scored the same way, whether it's in Australia, Brazil, wherever you go, it's all scored the same.
Okay.
Plus or minus the judge's discretion a little, but the same turns, the same stops, the control of the cattle. So that's why the cutting world, you get a horse with cutting lines, you've got a pretty high chance of having a nice cutting horse. It's higher odds that you are. But in the Border Collie world, not everyone wants the same traits that I do or you do. And that's against consistency of
Yeah.
pups working out in a litter is,
Look at the diversity in dog breeds.
yeah, huge.
I mean, that's all because of human discretion and what they want to do with their dog.
Right.
Everything from bird dogs to cow dogs to freaking jumping through hoop dogs, frisbee dogs, everything.
Yeah.
And then you get into specifics of the cattle dogs, and you got 5 different breeds of that all have different traits.
Yep.
And then you get into the border collies that all have different traits.
Exactly.
And
different lines. And
look at how you grew up using a calf table and freaking branding in a calf table versus cowboys that like to drag them down and rope them and brand them by a fire like real men. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just different strokes for different folks.
that's a little jagged edged thing. There should be a rebuttal for that, but I'm going to let that one slide. But yeah, no, they.
All I get at is every person has their own. Like you handle cattle different than I handle cattle, and my wife would handle cattle different than we do.
Yeah.
And therefore, there's a different dog for every freaking person out
Every situation. But yeah, that's. You're right, Chance.
Thank
So
you.
I agreed.
Thank you. That's all. You're out of things to say again.
It tasted crap coming out of my mouth saying that. I didn't like saying that.
You had to turn around and lick your butt to get that bad taste out of your mouth.
But I was running out of things to say, so I didn't really.
Yeah.
But
I got a funny story.
let's hear it.
My mother was here to visit today while Travis was here. And she's getting up there and she loves animals. She's seen Travis's dogs in the dog box in his truck. And a little bit of conversation transpired and moved on. And I don't know even how to put this, but as the conversation transpired, as it wrapped up towards the end of the conversation, my mother told Travis that what'd she say? Disgusting and cruel.
Yeah, I think that was a
Is
thing.
it disgusting?
I think so.
So you know you're disgusting and cruel
Yeah.
for having that dog in that dog box where he might need to use the bathroom and can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to explain to her. It was kind of funny. I tried to explain to her. He come from Nevada. How is he supposed to transport his dog? Is he supposed to bring a horse trailer and have a 10 by 10 stall for every dog? And
Yeah.
well, I don't know, but that's just disturbing and or disgusting and cruel.
And we did have a good rebuttal because they all have been out.
They've all
and
had water.
worked,
They've
and
all had food. They all got to out because Travis is actually a fanatic about not letting his dog go to the bathroom in his dog boxes.
Uh-huh.
And they've all been out twice to go potty. They all had to work. They all got to chase sheep today. They've all had water. They've all had food. And now they're in the shade in their
Yeah.
dog box.
It's just different views, and I know she was coming from a good place, but yeah, it's funny how people see that.
I didn't think she's got something against Australians, really. So I think she's side-eyeing you.
I think honestly, you probably grew up in Park City.
The way she was talking, you would think so, yes.
But
She's getting a little more of an animal lover the older she gets.
A lovely lady that I don't know how she produced a spawn of Satan chance. So, yeah, nice, sweet lady.
You're disgusting and cruel.
And cruel.
I now agree with her.
I should probably get a sticker on that. Put that on. I know, guys.
We should both just get a sticker that goes on our truck that says, "I promise they've been let out today. I promise."
Fed and watered.
Yeah, and that way when we're in Park City, we don't get freaking parking tickets because our dog is in a kennel.
And the craziest thing is, I think there is people that abuse animals out there, and I think they should be shot.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there is, but that's another thing. You talk about all the different humans in this world. Everybody's got their own opinion of how far to go with cruelty of animals.
Oh, 100%.
And my version of that is, if they're okay and happy in the wild, they're okay here.
Not in the wild.
Not in the wild.
Captured.
As my pet. Okay, so I seen a video on the TikTok the other day that the guy was going down the road and he had a pet carrier in the back of his truck. He had a flatbed truck so you could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Dog was in the pet carrier. Then he had one of them horse trailers that had a half roof halfway down the trailer and the other half was empty. And he had 4 horses in it. So the back 2 horses were roofless and it was raining. He can't tell the weather. He's driving down the road. It starts to rain. His horses were getting rained on in the back, and his dog was getting rained on. And I will tell you, it was a long-haired dog, and he was not even wet yet.
Mm-hmm.
But these people videoed it and commented on there. This guy should be hung. Cruelty to animals. This is absolutely absurd. And it was like,
He's just trying to make a living, guys. He's just out there trying to do it.
well. And the thing about it is I'm sorry, if anybody owns horses, you can have a shed sitting out there. And if the wind's not blowing, it's just raining, them horses do not go in the shed. They don't go under trees. They're standing right out in the rain. They turn their butt to the wind, and they sit in it.
Yep.
And
Because they're built for it.
they're built for it.
If
They know it. They're tougher than you are, lady.
yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't assume it was a lady. It's probably one of them dudes that dresses like a lady. Is that too far? Too much? Might have to delete that. Do I need to edit that out? Probably won't.
Stock Dogs Unleashed. Say what you want, pal.
Definitely a pansy waste opinion, in my opinion. I mean, if you can't see a dog get a little rain on him, dog didn't care. He was You could see by the dog's demeanor he was in a good mood.
Yeah.
He was loving to go down the road.
Yeah. Yep. No, there's people love their animals different, I
I
guess.
can assure you right now, if I freaking if it was raining out there, and I went out and stood in the rain, my dog would come out of his doghouse, come stand by me. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be way more miserable than them because the rain just puddles or peels right off of it. You know what I mean? But
It's almost like they got built for it, would you say?
Yeah. And I do like the fact that I feel like America's starting to push back on that stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's common sense, guys.
Yep. Common sense. Is
It's a
big.
dog, and I love it. But the dog doesn't mind it, and he's built for it. And honestly, I didn't plan this rainstorm. I was trying to get home before it, whatever.
And I ain't putting.
I don't tie him up out there with no shelter. I always give him an option of shelter.
Yep.
But sometimes it just happens, and the dog doesn't care.
Right. And I'm not putting a stinking cow dog in my truck.
No way.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just human.
I'm
a
that
little,
cruel.
I'm a little above that.
I am that cruel.
Yep.
I'm not doing that.
Yep. Especially one like Brick that is a stinking cow dog.
He's more like a goat, though. He'll pee on his nose and stuff like this. He's gross. That's something
He's
I've
obsessed
seen-
with smelling his pee when he pees.
I've seen you do it, and I think like dog like owner, and I think you should quit. Cause
Maybe that's where he learned it.
yeah, it's just for my sanity driving around with you in the truck.
Yeah.
Like,
You let me in the truck. I don't know why you don't let Brick.
you don't shut up. You yap too much.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's
He's
perfect.
a dirty bugger.
Well, I think we've hit our hour of talking. Unless you've got another subject.
Oh, for hell. Are you ending the podcast? Yeah. I still have things on my list. Have you done everything off your list?
Just kidding, guys. I really didn't have nothing on my list.
You didn't have anything?
Just on the brain, and I pronounced what I said.
Well, we got to give away a shirt.
Oh yeah. Damn it! That's why we write lists.
That's why we write lists.
Dang it.
He's not used to being old yet, but he's getting there.
Oh, I actually remember that conversation. The board meeting here is very limited.
Yep.
Dogs Unleashed.
Okay, here it is. We talked about a dog on here named Bean.
Mm-hmm.
What type of dog is Bean, and who owned her?
You want me to answer that?
No. If you can email us.
I want one of them shirts. I seen them last night, guys, and they are slick.
They're
cool.
kinda cool.
They're
They're
kind of
kinda
cool. But yeah,
We're running low. We're running low on shirts,
I know,
Travis.
we got to talk to them. Where's it? I'll put that for. I'll email the bank about it.
Okay. All right.
What's your email again, Chance?
Anyways, we'll mail you a shirt. First one to email stockdogsunleashed@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You have to email. Don't message me. Don't message Travis. Don't give me a voicemail. Email stockdogsunleashed@gmail.com. Who owned
Bean.
Bean and what type of dog was she?
Yep. And you will get. Yep, that's a good one. And I guess if you do a voice memo in, because I'm just
Yeah, we'd
frosting
love a
to hear.
voicemail. We would take a voicemail. That'd
Now
be cool.
you catch a hat.
You sorry sack.
You catch a hat. If you get a voicemail and funny
He's
story,
yet
you
to make
catch
a hat. He's yet to buy any
got me
I'm the
one.
only guy with the merch.
I only have one head.
I'm the one that's purchased all the merch. See the fancy merch on his head? Yep, I paid for that, and he can't wait to give it away, folks. So, yeah, if you give us a voice memo on that answer, you get a hat. If you email us, that's kind of a good idea. If you email us, you get a shirt.
This isn't just a hot rack, Chance.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
People do call me that.
Yep. And do you want to do the Australian thing? Sponsor? Do you want to say if you're Australian? Because I'm not mailing a hat to Australia.
We'll get you one there.
We should actually get your parents on board of getting some hats there made.
Oh,
And then they could mail them to Australian people.
Yeah, and I know a little hat company there too. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
You just order it all online or whatever, and then have them sitting at your mom and dad's house and have your mom put
Click
it in
them
the
all
old
up.
mail. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's not the best one you've had all day.
But do you want to do a giveaway on the other thing?
I have to really think about.
No, you don't need a new question.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
question.
do that.
Australians.
Yeah, do that. Australians call in if you find that out. We were into.
I love when he does this. I love it. Anyways, yes, Australians. Tell the sponsor.
the
tell,
Coverdale.
tell the win what they win.
They'll get I think it's an hour with Coverdale Media, and you'll get to experience. I get your dog videos of professionally done for sales, anything in agriculture. Brooklyn does so, horses and that sort of thing. I know she does that, but she's pushing more into the dog world, and like I said in the last episode, support those who support us, and she's supporting us. So get out there and get some cool videos made.
So she does professional pictures for your Facebook, your social media, your website, your sale videos. She'll come and take badass pictures of your dogs.
Yeah, check her out on
or
Facebook.
Videos.
Like and follow her and get on board in that because it's good stuff.
Say it slow because I have a hard time understanding you when you say it.
Why do I need you
Coverdale
Media.
Coverdale Media.
Yeah.
Where at in Australia?
She's in New South Wales, but she'll do Victoria, and she's happy to do other states, but just up to her traveling plans is when she can get to you.
So if you call in and give us a voice memo, we're not doing the email for them. You give us a voice, because this is a good price. This is way better than a hat or a t-shirt.
It's a legit high value.
And here's the thing, America. We're getting gypped. You guys get shirts and hats. Australians get freaking photo shoots of their dogs.
Thanks.
So pick it up, America.
Support those who support
somebody out there. Come on, we need giveaways, and we want to make photo shoots. So if you're a photographer out there and you're looking for us to talk about you on our podcast, hook us up with some photo shoots for people so America can win some too. Mm-hmm. But anyways, in case that's all confusing, if you're in Australia, you send in a voice memo, tell me what type of dog Bean is and who her owner was. You get a Coverdale photo shoot.
Yep, coming
in
your
Australia.
Way, which will be, I'm jealous of that.
If you're in America, you get a hat.
The website, her social media and her website it's amazing.
Yeah,
she does great work. So
cool. All right, now my list is complete.
Excellent. Well, we'll catch you next time.
You're gonna skip on over to home, huh?
Yep, I'm headed home.
All right, go get Lance Knutson and some of them guys lined up, and I'll head your way.
Sounds good.
Later.
Bye. You can catch all our episodes of Stock Dogs Unleashed on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Don't miss an episode. Hit that follow button. Without you guys showing your support, we can't keep growing. So join us every week for insights, laughs, and all things ranch life. But seriously, hit that follow button.